Here we are again, Sunday, 18/21, 28 seconds, year 2022, 7th month, July, 17th day. We've got the wheel back on. So, put this board up on the woody whack, get the level ready, and see what we got this time. And pray to fucking God we don't have to jack it off again. Cause there ain't no fucking thing as fucking God. Oh God! That's pretty fucking close. It could probably come out. It can go back in. It needs to toe in just a fraction of hair. So we're gonna jack it off one more time. Toe it in, not toe it in, but fucking tilt it in. You get tilted in just a hair snub. Just a hair snub. Cause ain't no use fucking wearing the fuck out of the inside of the fucking tire. Although, you know what? Now, hold on. Let's think this one through. Now, if we're wearing... Hold on. No, we'd be wearing the outside of the tire. The outside of the tire more than the inside if it's tilted in. So if you see, watch the hand. If we tilt the hand in, this is the outside of the... Actually, yeah. If we tilt it in, the inside of the tire is going to be, yeah, there we are. So that's it. We tilt it in, the inside of the tire is going to be getting more wear. However, you have to use common sense here now. All these vehicles with these front tires, when they're aligned at all these typical alignment stations, they're all aligned in such a way that the outside of the tire wears more than the inside. And that's usually because most of the people are trained in human trafficking around the streets to fucking take the corners faster than what they were designed to take. And why is that? I can get on a whole parade why that is. And basically because everyone's on a fucking slave job fucking time clock. In a fucking hurry to get fucking nowhere but to a fucking red light and stomp on the fucking pedal again. And wear the fuck out of the motor and the transmission, the whole fucking drivetrain. Not to mention the nerves in the fucking human body. Which are much more important than this fucking... Well, it's not really more important. It's just that this robot has less soul and has the capacity to be equal in power and nerves as this body that has more soul, although it's robot 2, it's just out of balance. Everything's out of fucking balance. It's out of level. It's not zeroed in. Everything's fucked away. So, I said all that because, you know, I can probably leave this right the fuck where it's at and say to myself, you know what? I'll probably get even tire wear out of this sucker. Even tire wear. Shall we experiment on these tires, right? These full set of new tires. Shall we experiment on them? But just keep it right there. I'm thinking to myself, I could think on that for a week or two if I want to. It doesn't have to be a decision that I have to, you know, be right now. So I sit here and I can look at it. I'm looking at it going down in the car. I'm saying to myself, that looks pretty fucking straight. Just looking at it, I think to myself, let's just leave it like that, and we'll play around with it, drive on it, test it around for a couple weeks, and see what kind of play we get and all that. And you know, besides, we still got the other side we have to fucking adjust. if we want to adjust it today, we know at least we got one side adjusted somewhat pretty wonderfully, although the other side is out of adjustment much more than this side. So, and that's the one I was really concerned with, was that one over there on the passenger side. But you know, such is the way of magnetism, drawed me over to this side for some reason. It was a magnetic attraction, huh? Who the fuck knows? They say that that there's this law in the universe. They call it the law of magnetic attraction, and I'm here to say that's also probably just as fake as the fucking Jesus story. Probably just as fake as the fucking Jesus story. Although there is some truth to it, you know, there is some truth to it. But I tell you what, more than likely, all this magnetic stuff that's going on around here, it's all probably controlled by a fucking computer program with some fucking ET fucking monitor, childish fucking bully monitoring the whole fucking thing. Yeah, that's where I'm at with all this societal, worldly, universal stuff going on. That's where I'm at with it. That's where I'm at with it. You know, although you look at everything, you say, oh, look, there's a natural law in the universe. Everything. See these magnets? Psst, look, that's a natural law. All right? Till you find out that till people start figuring out that the government that they live in, called the United States, the same fuckers running it were the same fuckers that blew up fucking 911 towers in New York. And then made up a story and said Al-Qaeda, the terrorist organization, did it. All kind of YouTube videos exposing that shit for the last fucking... since YouTube came out. Till you figure out, you know, everything the government's been telling us, and it's not the government, it's these lying-ass fuckers in the government. Lying-ass fuckers in the government. When you figure out these fuckers been telling us a load of shit, then you start thinking to yourself, all this other stuff, all the other stories that we've been hearing about Jesus, God, Buddha, Allah, Muhammad, there's a creator, higher powers, magnetic laws of attraction, all this shit. You know, I got to the point where I question every fucking thing. Every fucking thing. And I'm to the point where I say everything's a big ass fucking charade, parade, fucking show lie. Every fucking thing. That's why I always get to conclusion and I wonder what's behind this fucking earthly fucking hologram. I can only wonder. That's where I'm at with things around here. That's where I'm at with it. And I don't expect no one to believe me. No one. I don't want anyone to believe me. I don't want a bunch of fucking followers. I want people to think for their fucking self. I want to be around people that think for their fucking selves, as well as animals and all the other fucking whatever the fuck's going on with this organism life thing called fucking living. Yeah. I'm virtually tired with all this shit of I learned what I learned from Professor such and such, and now he gave me a certificate and I'm a master. I'm fed up with that shit. I'm to the point, you know, I hear anyone say that, I say to myself quietly within the self, I say, you don't know shit except what some fucker told you with his fucking story. And then he commissioned you as his officer. Now you can go around in his name. In his name. You ever see that shit going around? In the name of such and such, I heal thee. That's where that came from. In the name of. In the name of the power of the one who anointed me, who gave me my certificate, doctorate, PhD. In the name of. Well, that's what you call jurisdiction. That all comes from the philosophy called creation. Well, I created you. I gave you your certificate, your license, your master. I can take it fucking away from you too. Whoosh! And just go outside the fucker's box and see how quick he snatches that fucking master's degree away from your ass. Of course, don't believe me. I'm just telling a story that I know. Anyway. Shall we jack the car up again and hit the other side? We'll have part 9.